What's up, guys? What's up? I was just thinking every morning, those of you that watch me, you guys always see me with my cup trying to take my last sip so my coffee doesn't get um, warm or cold as I'm doing my pre-market. But I think we just had our PPI as I'm doing this, and a little rip on SPY here. So let's see where it is. I hope we actually rip. I don't want the market to open lower, to be honest. I hope we get that little rip, and so we can get some good premiums, right? Because I don't want the VIX high right now. I mean, it's gonna go most likely, but I hope we get that near the closing price, right? And now let's go back to our daily chart on S&P, SPX. This is SPX USD. I'll just go on SPX without the gap, and here we go. All right. So basically, guys, one thing I want you guys to understand, very simple, same thing for the past few days, but it's getting closer and closer to the day that this might happen. 3800 is the biggest level we have right now. All right, it's a magic level, we can say. Underneath 3800, under 3800, there will be a lot of selling. All right, there will be a lot of selling that they will be forced to, and then the only barriers we have in between are 3750 maybe bounces, and then 3700 last chance. And 3700 does happen to be a very strong support, but if they bring it down faster, it's a good chance we go to 3700. Whatever happens, then the following day we probably break it. All right, but 3700, yes, is a very strong support, and I am leaning very heavily towards this downside bias that we might have it. All right, but again, I do understand yesterday we held it. There were some flows that held the markets, right? I later looked into it, but that's where it is. But this is what SPX for me is. Below 3800, if you're buying calls in this market, unless you're scalping, fine. But if you're buying calls thinking that if this is the bottom, I will catch the bottom and buying calls, you deserved to get smacked by the market. That's all I can say, right? You deserve to get from the market because you're not respecting the levels. You're not respecting the understanding of the options flows, what's happening in the market. I'm sorry, whoever you may be, but that's just my opinion. Maybe you're absolutely right. You know something I don't, so good luck. Above 3800, but above 3800, maybe small lean to upside for me until we fill 3800 fully. But under 3800, if I'm not buying puts, I will be very careful with calls. That I will tell you right now. All right, because the IV will increase. There will be more volatility, and eventually we're gonna get one of these days. Now, anytime, it can happen today, it can happen any day. We will get these huge red days eventually, something like this. All right, it's in the books. That's what the data is saying. I'm not saying this. This is based on the options data, which I've learned to read very well, and I can only give it to you guys. Now it's up to you to listen or not, right? That's all I can say. All right, but again, 3800, under 3800 is nothing but bearish for me. All right, so let's see. But again, entry and exits matter if you're trying to play positions. And one stock I'm looking at today is Tesla, to add some short positions starting up today, most likely. Right, my only concern is the earnings in between, because premiums are increased, so maybe I will start off with spreads, I think. All right, maybe into September, October, I don't know. Okay, so this is one stock I'm looking at to add some shorts, and let's see what happens with it, because I think it takes out the lows in the coming weeks. The only thing that I do understand that July and August, the market usually sometimes holds. All right, so Tesla, I might add in some spreads today. Obviously, I'm not just gonna blindly jump into it. It will be a very well planned trade with a lot of time, because I do understand short term. I do agree and understand short term Tesla can get to these levels. All right, Tesla can get to these levels short term, which I absolutely agree with, and then maybe we get the downside later, or maybe we never get the downside, we just keep going up. Who knows, right? I'm open to both scenarios, but personally, based on my understanding, we see much lower in the coming months, right? This is not just technicals alone, this is based on a lot of macro stuff as well, right? So I will be buying time on my spreads probably into October, November most likely, and I will be entering Tesla sometime soon. Okay, and so let's see, hopefully today maybe, and that's my number one on my list. And then Costco is here. Costco, if it gets to these levels, guys, if it gets to this zone, if Costco dares go above 500 to 510, I will take more shorts in Costco, or most likely instead of shorts, I will do bear call spreads. Right, I've done them this week many times. Bear spreads on Costco. If cost gets around 505, I will start adding them. All right, so if Costco gets around 505, I will be adding some bear spreads. Basically, I will be selling this premium upside here. All right, so even Costco holds sideways or stays here, I will make money and collect some premium. Okay, so that's my thinking on Costco. And if it goes lower, even better, than my bear spread, I can keep all the money. All right, so Costco is also on my list. Amazon is right here. Amazon, the level I have on Amazon is from Bucky 102. If it breaks, he says 80 is coming. All right, I spoke to him last night for some time. Busy with his project. He's going to be in and out for some time right now, but 80 is coming according to him. But that's 102, and I do agree with him. If Amazon takes a 102, then obviously things are not good, because the dollar is very strong, as we know. And what does that mean for the e-commerce companies when it comes to revenue, right? We've told you this many times in my stock life, so I hope you guys will put that study to use. Okay, so Amazon also not leaning to the upside unless it takes out like 116, 117 maybe, but below 102 it can have a huge flush, which means the market goes right. Or maybe for some days we just consolidate in the market. I don't know what's going to happen. But things are adding up to the downside right now, and I do understand I could be wrong. Remember that. So don't let my comments make you biased. If you're bullish, God bless you. I mean, I hope the market plays in your favor, right? Google also has a split this week, I believe. I always forget it, but again, this name also rejected again, right? From these levels, right? All these people who bought this Google, huge people that had calls. There was a lot of money to be made, but now very weak average for the last few days, right? So Google under 2200 is not good. We probably take the low of the year under 2200 in the coming weeks, in my opinion. All right, but if we reclaim 2200, then the upside can remain. But under 2200 and then 2100 accelerates the sell-off towards 1900, and so big move. Okay, bank earnings, JPM is down pre-market, and some very scary comments from JPM. I will let you guys read the earnings. Right, I was reading it this morning when I woke up, and some very concerning comments. So on QT and everything, and I'll let you guys read it. Right, I know me and LB always give you guys information. We put the work in, but now we'll give you guys hints, and you do the research. You become more independent. All right, JPM trading near the low of the year. Financials is super weak, and I think today, if it gives any bounce, it's probably gonna flush lower in the coming days. All right, because here YCC, that's all I will say. Up to you guys to do the research on that. Financials, XLF as a whole ETF is down a lot, and I think it breaks, and I think it goes lower. XLF can see all the way towards 20, guys. This year, XLF can see all the way towards 20. You know what that means for banks in the coming months? If XLF goes to 20, right, banks will get absolutely murdered by another 30-40%. So I hope you guys will put your research into use, and on historicals, and see what makes bank stocks move when they move to a downside. Like, it gets really ugly when bank stocks go down. Let's go historically. Let's do a little historical chart. What happened here in 2008? All right, similar scenarios are setting up. What happened here? It went from $40 all the way to where's $2? From 40 to 2, Bank of America. All right, so when the acceleration is going to take place in financials, it's going to be ugly. This might be the start. I was looking for a bounce, to be honest, on Bank of America this month, maybe this low month, and then just take some shorts in the coming months fallout. This is going to go down to 20 so fast, you'll be like, whoa, what just happened here? Right, so financials are weak. That's my bias, I think. Let's see what happens. We're just at a very strong support level here, and let's see what happens today. If they completely flush it, or they give us some bounces for some weeks, hold the prices, premiums die down a little bit, then I would probably add on some swing puts. All right, so these are some of the things I'm looking. Dollar DXY, you can just see, is super strong. Right, and obviously our friend Euro, again, new lows. Right, yep, new lows. It keeps going down. This is a very monthly chart. I don't think this is going to reverse. This is actually going to get even more it's going to see more downside. It's a free fall, right? And then we have our USD JPY. Again, just not stopping. These things are a lot more serious than one can imagine. So let's see what happens here. And then we have our 10-year, US 10-year, which is holding near 3. Holding near 3 on a monthly basis. Let's look at the daily. Right, daily is just trying to hold, and I think if we hold about 310, it gets ugly for tech again. Once again, right now tech is kind of holding. All right, but again, I think if the market gives up, everything gives up then. All right, and so commodities, DVC. Okay, I posted a chart, the business cycles, the 6 stages in Discord a few weeks ago. It should be there somewhere. Just find it and see what it means when commodities, bonds, certain things go up and down, and what phase we might be in. All right, and I think with this I'll end it, and I'll see you guys back in the chat. Be patient with your